So, good day, everyone. Nice to meet you once more. So, I'm here to do a presentation for my FLD course, which is Introduction to Leadership Development or Fundamental of Leadership Development as a Year 1 student. And the presentation is all about the summary of a book which you read, which is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. So, I'll first of all go on by a brief introduction. So my name is Odiha Chinedu Henry. I'm from the Department of Computer Engineering, Faculty of Engineering, a Year 1 student. So I'll move straight forward to what I have today. So I'll quickly start on the introduction or the message which Anthony Robbins gave at the beginning of this book. Wow. So this message was so inspiring. He started with the introduction of how him and the author of this book met each other. They were friends. They shared the same method, which was one significant point of which touched me much. He also went forward explaining how compound effect has made him or both of them achieve different heights, like gone far in their life journey. And now, as you can see, two of them are good and highly profound beings or idols or images in their various disciplines. Like this compound effect book definitely has had a lot of impact on people, and Anthony Robbins' speech has also given people different help people to see different perspective of life and also different areas so far. So I had to move from where I was because of my previous location was not conducive for this video. So let's move straight to the point. So as I was saying, moving on along the line around the first chapter, because this book was divided into 6 chapters. The first one was let me check my book to be very precise, compound effect in action. So along here, he also made it clear that his dad was his mentor. Yeah. So he also gave different quotes on what he learned from his dad, different activity and different things which helped him along life. So there's a quote I'll read from my book now. So I'll likely read it from my book so that I wouldn't make any mistake, which he said in the book about what he dad usually say. So he said, according to him, his dad usually says, "Be the guy who says no. It's no great achievement to go with the crowd. Be the unusual guy, the extraordinary guy." So, as from my own understanding here, from what I understand, his dad is trying to portray the importance of doing things that are extraordinary. Yeah. Doing things that are extraordinary does not really mean having to do one big thing at a once, like gradually taking different steps, which at a long run would seem as if you started once. Like for example, nowadays, as we know, the World Cup is on and tomorrow is the final. So people usually compare Messi and Ronaldo, unknown to them that the record in which they have won, broken, was as a result of their practice daily, showing up every day, showing up every day, despite the situation, having their goal at hand, and believing that their effort will result to something someday. And now people are arguing between who is the greatest and who is not the greatest, without understanding that we all can still be great in our various fields. Just to identify the various little actions in which we put daily, and as a result of that, to compound over time. So from the book, he also said that this quote, which his father said, also made him not to always do what the crowd usually do, and made him to avoid drugs and the rest. So, moving straight forward, I want to give other illustrations with the remaining time left, because this book is of 6 chapters. The first one, the power of compound effect. The second one is choices, habits, momentum, influence, and acceleration. So I've briefly talked about the power of compound effect from that's the first chapter. The second chapter is talking about choices. It portrays that we all as human beings has a tendency to become great. As I was saying from the illustration about Messi and Ronaldo, that is all about choices. When we make that general choice of what we want to achieve in life, we can then personally divide them briefly into different categories. Like for example, if I have a goal, or maybe a choice of starting in water therapy, that is where habits come in, which is the third chapter. I can start a habit of maybe before I sleep, I'll get a water close to my bedside so that whenever I wake up, that will be the first thing I will drink. Because by the time I decide that, okay, maybe after brushing my teeth, I'll drink water, or after discussing with my roommate, I'll drink water, with time I wouldn't be able to keep up that habit because it will seem hard. So from the book by James Clear, Atomic Habits, the first step is about to make a good habit is to make it obvious, then make it easy. So when we make it obvious by putting the water by our bedside, if I'm not mistaken, we have made it in a way that even we don't even require much effort to go and get water than when we have to come downstairs from our hostel, which is this big, to come downstairs to get the water, then buying it. Then if there's no network that day, we'll not do our water therapy. Then the people that are selling the water are not out, will not do our water therapy. And then we also make it easy because it's around us. We don't even need to stress ourselves much, just to open our can of water and drink. So if you can see, these 6 principles go along with each other. The momentum it is trying to stay here is that when one starts an action and it's easy and obvious, it becomes easy for the person to be able to replicate it. And I'll use myself as an example here. Okay, as from my page, you can see learning trading so far. It hasn't been an easy journey for me, so I've lost a lot of money. Still putting more and believe that one day it will be good. I also train every day, learn, relearn, unlearn, relearn. Wow, it has been really a hard journey. So I started my trading journey around fully because I initially started around 2023. I was like, I will do this month, next 3 months I will continue. So due to the fact that I wasn't consistent, I was like losing money and I wasn't learning anything, no advancement, no improvement. So I decided to pause, and luckily December last year I decided to start. Then I started by doing a little study. Then I did study different things, studied a lot until then I decided to start the real act of trading. Maybe March, yeah, around March. Then I had a discussion with one of my roommates which told me, why do I wait for March? That I should just start around February. And thank God I listened to his advice. I started, and from then henceforth, daily I've been placing trade, doing my analysis, and each trade I've been losing, I've learned a lot. Imagine if I didn't start till March, June, because that was when I was planning to start. I wouldn't have learned anything, and till now I'll still be planning. When will I be good in trading? Actually, I haven't been good in trading, but I believe even today I did some study, and I believe that with time, others have done it and it's possible I can do it. So what I'm trying to explain here is that as at when I started keeping it like 30 minutes. I'll look at the chart, 30 minutes daily, 30 minutes daily. Now I've turned it to like a daily routine. I wake up, make 5, do my morning prayer and the rest. 5:30, I'm at my chart. When I analyze, if I don't have any setup, then I pause. I backtest. After backtesting, then I face. After doing everything, I study my trading book. I read trading books. Yeah, the popular one by Mark Douglas, Trading in Zone. After that, then around 7 o'clock, I then prepared for school. Like if I have lecture that morning, if I don't have lecture morning, I face my daily tasks. So as you can see, since I've created it in a systematically routine way, it has been easy for me, and that momentum has not been there. So I try my best not to create a pause in between the lines so that it will not be hard for me to restart again, because that is the problem there. When we constantly do participate in an action, I will pause for a little while. It's very, very hard for us to regain that momentum back. So I've tried my best so far to simplify my trading activities so I can really show up every day to avoid me breaking this momentum.